Hello. It is Friday morning. I usually do my vlogs more of like bi-weekly basis, but this one's going to be starting on Friday because I wanted to get the last one out since it was my son's birthday, and I just wanted to have that shout out to him. And with the tree being cut down, there's just too much content for my phone to hold. So I figured we'd come out here. I would kind of talk about things that I didn't talk about in the last one that has happened this week and give you a little bit of a garden update since that's my happy place. Well, we got the tree cut down and it has provided so much more sunshine for the garden. Now I can really see where I want to put my greenhouse. So plans for that will be coming together, especially once we get the septic done, because the leach field will be like right here in this area. We have the water heater working now. It's an on-demand water heater and it works perfectly. Today I'm going to be having the water softener guys come out to give us an estimate to start setting up our water softener, which is also grand because here in northern Indiana we have hard water. Everything turns like brown and rusty, so new bathtub and everything, I mean, once the home renovations and stuff starts, will be in order. So here's the garden. So I planted those asparagus and look at them shooting up. Let me see the variety. It's Purple Passion asparagus from M.I. Gardner, and they look pretty. There's some there and some here. You know, it's the second year for them because you buy 1 year plants, so next year we should be able to eat them. And then I planted some from seed here. And then I have English lavender planted. I started all these from seed last year. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those plants that I'm going to make a hedge right here. So that azalea, let's see if I can see it. I gave a rejuvenation prune to. Well, it had some babies underneath its canopy. So I planted one here and one over here. We're going to be getting some black mulch and putting in this bed because all my flower beds I want to have black mulch in. So these will end up going in the house, and these peaches will be trained to a wall and pruned in the espalier method. And then I went to our local Lowe's and I found some plants on sale on clearance. I love the clearance rack for plants because if they're not totally dead, you can bring them home and revive them and they'll be beautiful next year. So I go and I get a lot of perennials on clearance that way. Foxglove, I can't think of that one's name right now. And oh my gosh, I can't remember the names of the plants right now. But I do know that's a lavender. So there's that. Any of you plant buffs, you'll know the names of them. They're pretty and they bring in the pollinators. I should keep my tags. Actually, I have the jugs they came in, so I'll just make my own tags and put by them so that I know the names, because I want to eventually learn all the names of things. Then I bought one miniature whitish yellow rose, and there was 3 inside of that pot. So I divided it and I put one here, here, and then one up here. And then I planted these hollyhocks. I started from seed. My son planted his marigolds in here. And then I got a hydrangea on clearance. So I seeded all this with grass. So from here, those 2 pots back, this little area will be my grassy area in the garden, and then I'm going to put pavers underneath this. And then right now I have all tomatoes. I could so fill this up with peppers or something, and I didn't. But those are all different tomatoes. My daughter's sunflowers that she started indoors. That's why they're kind of stunted. Here is a strawberry plant that I brought from our old house. I have bush cucumbers growing here and a whole bunch of bush beans. And my green stalk I got doesn't have anything in it right now. I have strawberry mint growing here. That's also from our old house. I have some basil here. I need to really start tagging things. Next year, I will make a point to tag things with their names better. But honestly, I'm not even going to tell you my tomato varieties because barely any of them had tags. I was so bad this year because it was so crazy. Like some of them do. This is a Manitoba, I don't know if I'm saying that right, tomato. What was this one? Cherokee purple. So that's that one. I can tell the Cherokee purples because they have thicker stems. And then I have my one lone jalapeno plant, which I'm hoping is a jalapeno because I heard that they've been misnamed in the stores, and I didn't start that from seed. I started it from I got it from the store. Champagne bubbles. This one's not doing great. It's taken forever. I'm hoping that it takes off because I really want to try them. My dill. I got a dahlia that I started from seed. I have all peppers in front of these tomatoes. Different kinds of peppers. This one's going for it. It's another Manitoba. Another Kellogg breakfast. This Kellogg's breakfast. This one that I started like multiple. And I just kind of planted them all. We'll see how that goes. Look how pretty my dahlia is. I've tried to spray my dahlia with this bug stuff, but these beetles, they just do not want to leave it alone. So if you guys have any tips on trying to keep these beetles from eating my dahlias, I would appreciate it. It's the only thing I know how to do is just knock them off. It's like this one, they've destroyed it. And that spray is just not working for it. A bunch of my different, this is a 42-day tomato. It's the most prolific. This is my marshmallow plant that I took from the old house. It's producing its beautiful blooms. I had it in a pot, actually that pot, and it started to turn really yellow. So I put it in the ground last night, so hopefully it rebounds. So just a quick overview. I have some zucchini planted here, some lettuce that's dying, some quaking oats grasses for, flower arrangements, more basil here, parsley here, my zinnia patch with my statice. These are statice. And this is celosia and amaranth. They look so similar. But I also found my grasses. They're called maiden grasses. And I have my green giant arborvitaes, which I'm going to let grow, and I'm going to trim up into a 6-foot hedge. So eventually we're going to take this fence completely out because we won't need it. And here's my strawberries that I have planted in there with some pretties. But these strawberries are so cool. They're ever-bearing, and they have pink blooms. And then these are the normal everbearing white blooms. And here's my potatoes that I'm sure are getting ready for harvest. Then I planted a whole bunch of stuff here. Remember those little itty bitty seedlings? Well, some of them made it. Like this is rutabaga. That's a bunch of rutabaga. They made it. But then I mean, this is kind of my random bed. I've just kind of put a whole bunch of everything in here. I even have some bush cucumbers growing in here. You got some like beets. So this bed will be interesting. There's my sage. This is chocolate mint. Golden raspberries that I need to find a spot for, but I don't know where I want them yet. And I have broccoli and cabbage. And I interplanted with some radishes that, because of the heat, didn't do so great. And I love that my dad's, well, now my yard has natural yarrow coming up everywhere. So I left it in my walkways. And I left it all around. You'll see just random yarrow. Everybody thinks this is onions, but that's my garlic. I think it's getting close to harvest time, and I don't think I'm going to get a successful harvest because we transplanted it. So we'll try again next year, but I mean, it's still holding on. And then I wanted to show you my going to be a hedge of Rose of Sharon. So my plans are to plant a white rose, David Austin rose, climbing rose here to go up over an archway. I might do two white roses on each side. And then, so I started here with a pink Rose of Sharon. And look how pretty it is. Oh, so pretty. And there's sunflowers that I've randomly planted, which is why I didn't put down fabric yet. This is a white Rose of Sharon, and then it goes pink, and then white, and then pink, and then white. Hi, Ann. Anna got into some poison ivy, so she's getting over that now. Her little eyeball was swelled up and everything. She's doing better.
This is like a tent. You put it.
Colin's already in.
Oh my God.
Is it cold?
Yeah. Hey Mom, can I go in?
Not yet.
I know how to swim, sir. Go, go, go. The gate side. I'm touching the ground. Everything's supposed to go touching the ground. Yeah. At least Anna has extra protection. I'm touching it.
This is the next tree. It's going to have to be dealt with either by us or by the county highway department. It's split. It is a double trunk or triple trunk oak tree. It's only split at these two. But it's split all the way through. The tree guys said that if you watch it, you could see it moving with the wind. And tomorrow, we're supposed to be getting some very high winds. So I'm kind of nervous. see what's gonna happen. I'll get a look of it over here. So here's the whole tree. And it spreads clear across the road. Show you a different angle. Goes up, hangs over the road. If it goes down, it's gonna split one way that way and one way this way with this huge branch. It could even, because it goes up and over there, could even possibly hit our electric wires. Don't know. Kind of nervous.